welcome back to the vlog, 7.5 weeks out from my show, and it's also the beginning of a brand new training block for me. So I wanted to tell you guys kind of what that's all about. So I got the program from Paul yesterday so that I could start it today. And first reaction was like, this is a ton of volume. So like a ton of volume just means like lots of sets, lots of repetitions, lots of drop sets. So the intensity is going to be high, the volume is going to be high, but the goal is not necessarily to be lifting the heaviest weights possible, just lifting weights going till failure and getting really fatigued within the muscles. So I'm going to run you through the entire split so you guys kind of have a glimpse of what it is that I'll be doing. So it's a 2-week rotation, meaning that I don't do the same workouts every week. It's actually like a 14-day cycle. So that's something that's brand new for me, both something that I've never tried and something that's brand new with my relationship with Paul as well. So we'll run through that. Now, after 3 rotations, we're deloading. So that'll be running through the 2-week cycle 3 times. So we'll see as the weeks kind of go on how it all feels for me. But he did put a little warning at the beginning of the program that said it's a lot of volume. Be patient for the few weeks. Don't worry if you're feeling like fatigued from all the volume. That's fine. Just kind of push through it. Because I was going from doing, right now I'm doing anywhere, or I was doing anywhere from 3 to 4 sets with a little bit of like higher rep stuff, but mostly heavy lifting stuff in like an 8 to 10, 8 to 12 range, but only 4 sets. So the new programming has lots of times where I'm doing like 5, 6, 7 sets of something. So with that being said, we still got to add a couple warm-up sets in there for some of the movements, and it's really just going to kick my ass with all of the drop setting. So what drop setting is I'll start with a particular weight on a set, and instead of the set ending when I get to muscular failure, the muscle can't do any more repetitions, I have to drop the weight by anywhere from 40 to 50% and keep the set going. And there's times when I have to do that twice. So it would be like, go to failure, drop the weight. Go to failure, drop the weight. Go to failure. So it's like that entire set's going to be extended so that it's like the muscle literally has nothing left in it. So my new split is I still have my 2 core sessions that I'm doing per week. That hasn't changed. And then I still have my 5 steady state sessions that are 40 minutes. And that's still consistent, but the strength training component, this is what's new. My split is quads, hams, and glutes on day 1, back width and shoulders on day 2, arms and calves on day 3. Then I take a rest day. Then it's glutes and hamstrings again. Then back thickness and rear delts. Another rest day, so that's the first week. The second week is shoulders and calves, then a rest day, then quads, hams, and glutes. Then next day is back, then arms and calves, then shoulders and glutes, and then a rest day. And then I'll start right back at the beginning. So really with this kind of programming and with this kind of lifting style, it's really going to be isolated on 1, maybe 2 muscle groups and just kind of like hammering it really hard. Chest movements are pretty minimal in this new program for me. We've been hammering chest for months and months and months, so it's kind of nice to see that go down and us to kind of shift our focus onto really getting the glutes and hamstrings, that tie-in coming in really nicely. That focus on shoulders also makes me really happy because I love seeing a good set of delts. We got tons of back work because I'm competing in both the figure and the fitness category, so figure really needs that wide back. Lots of great thickness to the muscle is kind of what they're looking for in that category. So those are kind of the shifts in focus heading into this new training block. Today's the first time that I'm going to be trying it, so we'll kind of see how it goes. And yeah, I'll keep you guys posted as the week unfolds. I anticipate that I'm gonna find it challenging just based on like first glance, but also it's resetting my mind to accept the challenge, give it my all, and just know that it's gonna pay off. It's totally gonna pay off. So that's it, guys. I gotta get to work. Got some client calls coming up here. Still gotta have my breakfast. And hope you guys are having a great day. Hey, is that almost? For sure. Yeah, I wasn't sure exactly if yesterday you got back or if it was today, but I thought when I hadn't seen the tracking yet that maybe you were just getting back recently. Guys, so it is Wednesday morning, check-in day once again, 3:56, and I have a new low this morning. I was, let's see, 120.4. So should be underneath the 120 mark pretty soon. That is a big drop from last week. But yeah, let's get some pictures taken, get my stuff sent over to coach, and then get some cardio going. Here we go. All right, guys, so I just heard back from Paul in relation to this morning's check-in, so let's see what he had to say. Okay, so this is what I sent to him this morning. Just let him know that I started the new plan, training hamstrings, glutes, and quads yesterday. So volume was manageable, but I am sore as fuck today. So trying to do my poses, like I couldn't even flex my quads because they're so damn sore. But anywho, new low weigh-in, so I let him know about that. Also let him know that, increased sodium levels. He had recommended that in my last check-in because I was saying that I was feeling dehydrated, and even though I was drinking a ton of water, I just couldn't, just something was off. I just kept on having dry mouth and feeling really dehydrated. So he suggested that I increase sodium levels. So I did that. And overall, I've been feeling better. I haven't had any of that dry mouth this week. So that's been good. And let's see what he had to say. So we got some good news, guys, here. So he said that he's encouraged by the new low, especially with the new training plan. You continue to be in a fantastic position to bring a physique, which is undeniable. You're going to be in a really nice position to reverse into stage, and what reversing into stage means is that we're going to be increasing my calories closer to stage time, so that's kind of the game plan right now. We'll kind of see as the weeks unfold. I'm 7.5 weeks out, so we'll see. I'm just going to keep on following the game plan, keep on doing what I'm doing, rinsing and repeating, powering through the rest of the workouts for the week, and just seeing how I make out. So yeah, things are good. Paul is such a good motivator, and his little emails just give me that little bit of motivation to know that we're on the right track. So, thanks, Paul. Okay, so and then from this one here, I go and put it down, yeah, and good. Then put the hands holding it, and leg pose. So you're going from here, you're going to switch the hand that's holding it into your leg pose, like your lower body pose. Yeah. Okay. The hand on your hip, I think we decided. Pardon? The right hand on hip. Oh, yes, hand on the hip. Yeah. Okay. Good. Good, yeah, and then you're keeping that right hand lower. Yeah, exactly, walking there. And then remember, as you stop, you're flipping that hand around, the lower hand around. Yeah. And then smile. Exactly. And then look right bicep. Okay, sure. Yeah, so we're like, not making it more complicated than it needs to be, but I just like your back to be showing on that pose. Okay, so we're like that. Okay, and then when we go to transition into the back, this hand swooping around, hand up, looks down. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, figure it out.
Okay, sure. So we're there, and then we walk to the center, and then we go boom, and then
and then we bring it straight down, I think, right? Oh, yeah, here. Boom, boom, and then switching it around and closer.
Okay, and then I can't remember which one I switch again. Left?
Yeah, whichever one's going to be the higher one. Doesn't really matter which way you hold it, whatever's more comfortable, but whichever hand you have higher, you should rotate around. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and have them close so that you get a good, shoulder, a good flex there.
Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Sounds good. And then hey guys, good morning. It is Thursday. I just cranked out my 40 minutes of cardio. But I'm pumped. I got a new low. It was 119.7, I think, or something like that this morning. But finally out of the 120s. I always find like you'll be stuck in like 120 to 130. You'll be stuck in like 130 to 140. And like once you finally see the little light and you get over that little hump, it's pretty exciting. So just a number. Today's the last day of low carb. So we'll see kind of what the high carbing does. Normally my scale weight goes up, but always seems to trend back downwards after the 5 low days. So anywho, I'm pumped. Progress is progress. I'm going to make a coffee. Got to edit a podcast that's going to go live today all about gut health. So that's going to be cool. If you guys haven't checked out my podcast, it's on iTunes as Transform Your Life Podcast. Also, if you search my name, you'll find it. Also on SoundCloud. No, not on SoundCloud. What am I talking about? Brain function. I'm on Google Play. And also on Podbean. But yeah, if you search my name, you should be able to find it. And yeah, go check it out. I got lots of great guests, lots of great content that's coming out every Thursday over on there. And coffee time. Bye, guys. Hey guys, it is Friday and I get to have a date night with my fiance today, so I'm super pumped. And I want to show you guys how I do that, how I plan out a day prior to make sure that all of my food is figured out for the day. Today is a refeed day, so I got a little bit more buffer, but I'm going to show you how I do it from beginning to end so that you guys can do it too. Okay, so step 1 is pulling up the menu for the restaurant you're going to go to, and I always like to decide beforehand. We're going there for dinner, and this just allows me the opportunity to plan out the rest of the day and still make the numbers balance really nicely, and then I'm looking forward to whatever it is that I'm going to be having. So this is their menu, and I'm just going to scroll down. Now there are a few things that I won't eat just based on the fact that I have some food sensitivities. So I don't eat pork or beef or dairy or eggs. And that's just really helped me feel better. I ended up having some health problems. So I'm going to skip over steak, although I love steak and I love the taste of it. We're going to go down to, I could do chicken, but I know that that wouldn't be as satisfying for me because I eat a lot of chicken. So I'm thinking I might do I'm thinking either the salmon, which would be yummy, which would be this one, the grilled salmon, maple glazed Atlantic salmon, rosemary roasted potatoes, and sauteed asparagus. That's kind of what I had my eye on. And then I'm not going to do any of the pastas just because they probably all have dairy in them. So let's just take a peek here. So this is probably what I'm going to go with, the grilled salmon. And a lot of this is going to be guesstimating unless I can find this restaurant in MyFitnessPal. So I'm going to pull up my MyFitnessPal here. And it has a blank canvas. And you can access your MyFitnessPal just by going to the website, which can be nice for planning because you can see everything with a nice breakdown. So it's going to be dinner. Let's just see if this restaurant, there is a few locations of it. So it might be here in MyFitnessPal. So I'm just going to search and see. It's called Wildfire Steakhouse Salmon. And fingers crossed that it comes up. It says cedar planked salmon. What this one says? It says grilled salmon. It says maple glazed. Okay, so it's not in here, which this happens pretty often, so we're going to have to do some guesstimating. When I go to the restaurant tonight, they'll be able to confirm the portion of the salmon, but for right now, we are just going to overestimate so that we leave enough buffer room for it. So it's called Maple Glazed Atlantic Salmon, so we'll search for that. Maple Glazed Atlantic Salmon, and this might not be perfect, but it might be the closest that we can get it. So let's see here. Now I want to do... I want to do one that is, there we go. Oh no, that one's a salad. Okay. Let's do Moxie's here. This might be close. And that will be the amount of calories just for the salmon, not for all of the items. I'm going to take a peek at the nutritional information here. What does it say? 6 fat, 13 carbs, 13 protein. That seems kind of low for a big piece of salmon like that. Okay, so I haven't been able to find it, so I'm going to type in restaurant, and maybe we can get something that pops up more restaurant style. Okay. Let's check out this one. It says it's supper works, but it'll be, let's see here, 25 protein, 14 fat, 16 carbs. Yes, that sounds a little bit more reasonable. And the reason why I knew that was more reasonable is it should have had more protein, and because of the maple that's on top of it, I knew it needed to have some carbs, and salmon needs to have quite a bit of fat normally. It's just the way that the fish comes. So I'm going to add that one. And I may change it later, just depending on when I'm looking at the portion. But I would say that seems reasonable. And what else do we have to add here? So rosemary roasted potatoes. And again, I'm going to overestimate with the portion, because I can always go back and make up the macros at the end of the day, but it's better to leave more. So rosemary roasted potatoes. Let's just type in restaurant and see what comes up. Okay. This might be a restaurant here. Bertucky's. Let's check it out. Rosemary roasted potatoes. Oh, carbs are way too low. That's not right. It said 4 carbs. That's not right, because like roasted potatoes are going to be pretty much all carbs. What's this Whole Foods one? 2 medium potatoes. Rosemary roasted potatoes. 39 carbs, 5 fat, 5 protein. Okay, so I'm going to put that one in, and I'm going to do 1.5 because I imagine it might be a little bit more than that, and it's better, like I said, to add in extra. So I'm going to change it. 1.5, add that into there, and okay. Then let's add sauteed asparagus. So that probably is going to come in some oil. So I'm going to put in sauteed asparagus, and then just assume that normally chefs put a lot of oil on things to make them taste delicious. So I'm just going to do, see what I can find here. Sauteed asparagus, Perkins Restaurant. Let's see if this shows up with like a lot of fat. 4 fat, not high enough. Okay, I'm going to do them separate. I'm just going to do asparagus as its own thing, and then I'll just add some extra oil to it. And then I can always at the restaurant ask them to make it in no oil if I need to make up the rest of my day, but I'm just going to do probably about 90 grams is good. And actually, let's do this. Okay, no, there we go. Okay, maybe let's make it easy, 100 grams. Okay, perfect. And then let's add some oil just to be safe so that we've left enough room in our diary. Okay, I might have some oil in my recent foods here. Let's see. Okay, there's one there. And let's see what that does. Okay. Maybe I'll do a little bit less. Let's do 0.5 of an ounce. Okay. So now that I look at that and I've added that into my FitnessPal, I'm like, holy smokes, that's like all my fat for the day. So I'm thinking that when I go, I'm going to ask for them to do no oil and not saute my vegetables. And that should leave me some fats for the day, because it's really not workable when I'm looking at my day to be like, okay, all of my fat all in one meal. I only have 40 grams for the day. So I'm going to ask at the restaurant that they don't do that, and then that will give me some fats to work with when I'm planning out the rest of my meals for the day. And let's just see here. I think I will leave that as is, and that gives me the rest of these macros to plan out the rest of my meals for the day. So going to have to load up on protein for my breakfast and lunch. Also going to load up on some carbs. But again, going to leave a little bit of room just in case this isn't exactly what I had anticipated. We'll just kind of we'll have to see when I actually get to the restaurant, because we've never been there before. But that's how I planned out the day. I added in ahead of time, make sure that I have allocated enough calories for the meal, and that just kind of sets the rest of the day up for success. Alright guys, good morning. It is Saturday, so I did a refeed and had date night yesterday. I want to show you guys kind of what things are looking like. I have one more day of refeeding. It's definitely fuller than what we were looking yesterday. So yeah, things aren't bad. I've already had a bunch of water and coffee and stuff this morning, but overall, happy with it. I'm